I've got hair everywhere. I was not going to come on and do a live, but then I decided I would just bring you along and show you the first sour bread baked in the new Dutch oven that hubby got me. And yes, I got flyaway hair. Let me wash my hands real quick. Well, let me give the puppies a goodie, and then you hear my timer. Give me 1 minute. Okay, how exciting. Okay, let me wash my hands and it overlook the flyaway hair. I got a timer going on. This is the first loaf of sourdough bread that I have made in the new beautiful Dutch oven that my husband surprised me with. A wonderful gift. So, I'm going to turn you over this away. And again, overlook the flyaway hair. And let's see what we got. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Look at that. First loaf of bread baked in this wonderful gift. And I'm going to set it down. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. So I'm going to get you here where you can see what I'm doing. Look at that beautiful loaf. And this is the first loaf that I baked in the new beautiful Dutch oven that my husband surprised me with. So I'm going to get this out of the Dutch oven and I'll be right back with it. And again, overlook the hair. I wasn't going to do a live, but I thought I would share this with you. But look at that beautiful loaf. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? Just look at that beautiful loaf of bread. Oh, hello from Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Welcome. Great job. It looks pretty good. Where are you from? Ohio. I'm originally from West Virginia, but I live in Ohio. My hubby bought me a brand new Dutch oven, and I just baked my very first loaf of sourdough bread. And I thought, well, I know my hair is everywhere, all ready for a live, but I wanted to show you the first loaf of sourdough bread that I made in the new beautiful Dutch oven that my hubby got me for a gift. He surprised me with it. And here is the new Dutch oven. And I baked it for 450 degrees with the lid on. And then I took the lid off and decreased it to 425 and baked it for 10 more minutes with the lid off. And what a beautiful, beautiful loaf of sourdough bread. Now I'm going to check the temperature. So let me get a thermometer here. See if I can bring that down a little bit. I'm going to get a thermometer and check my internal temperature. And yes, I have flyaway hair. I wasn't going to come on and do a live. But since I did show everybody the new wonderful gift that my husband got me, the new Dutch oven. It was only right that I come on and share the first loaf of bread, sourdough bread, baked in the new Dutch oven that hubby got me for a gift. He's so amazing. And yeah, I got flyaway hair. It'll be all right. I'm excited. It turned out beautiful. Now let's get an internal temperature. I'm looking for 205 to 210 degrees. We've got 206, 208, 209, 209. We've got a great temperature. Hi, wow, looks so tasty. Oh, thank you. If you put that outside on the porch, I'm going to steal it. You're more than welcome. I'll just make a new loaf. Have you ever been to Kenwood? No, I have not. Congratulations on coming out. This is amazing. I got 209 degrees. Now it's going to start dropping, of course. Great temperature. That's what I wanted for internal temperature. And this is the very first loaf. So, since I did come on and share the new beautiful gift that my hubby got me, the new Dutch oven that he surprised me with, and just look at that. It looks like it got a little brown on the bottom. I'm going to slide it off this paper here in just a minute and take a look. Oh, it's okay. Let me get something to hold on to that. It's hot. Oh, it has a nice rise. Just look how big. It's a little dark on the bottom. I could have cut it, maybe cut my time down a little bit. Perfect temperature. And oh my goodness, just look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I am just love it. Now this Dutch oven I've never used before. Hubby just got it for me. And so I baked that first loaf. And again, I apologize for the hair. It's everywhere today, guys. I wasn't going to come on and do a live. I was just here and I thought, well, I'm going to throw together a loaf of sourdough bread and try out that new wonderful Dutch oven that hubby got me for a gift. And then I thought, well, I might as well just come on and show you on a live stream the first loaf ever that I baked in the new Dutch oven. It has a very nice rise, and that is the VANDERLUME, VANDERLUME. And if you go back on my last live stream where I was making, I think when I was making homemade batter, I did show the, let me get my box. I did unbox it, and I did show what it was. And this is the new Dutch oven that hubby surprised me with. And it is a VANDERLUME Dutch oven for baking bread. And it comes in multi-colors. And he got me the oyster gray. And he surprised me with this wonderful gift the other day. So I got it all cleaned up. And I had fed my starter. And it was so bubbly and so happy that I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and try a loaf of bread. And then I thought, well, I better go live so you can see this beautiful loaf of bread that I baked in the new Dutch oven. So there it is. It turned out beautiful. I'm very impressed. I really like it. Wait till hubby comes back in. He went to move the camper to get it ready to be taken in for the new awnings. So when he gets back, he will get to see the first loaf of sourdough that I baked in the new Dutch oven that he got me as a gift. So yes, I'm not all done up and I wasn't ready for a live stream, so please overlook me. It is what it is. And there it is, guys. The first loaf of sourdough bread, baked in the new Dutch oven. I am going to have to be a little more careful. I think I probably should have only left it in maybe about, I don't know. I think I'm going to like that. It might be just a little dark on the bottom, but I think it's still going to be a nice loaf. Just look at that. And yeah, I'm using my rags and not my hot plate. Just look at that beautiful loaf. Look how it rose. It has a real nice rise. And this was made with the sourdough starter that I started from scratch. So yes, it is a very active, very happy starter. And I'm very happy with the starter. I absolutely love the new Dutch oven. And that was the new Dutch oven that hubby surprised me with the other day. And it is oyster gray. And it is the cast iron enamel. And I'm trying to be careful because it's very hot. And it is the VANDERLUME. VANDERLUME. So that's what we used today. We used it for the first time. It turned out amazing. So, wow. Hubby is amazing. He did an amazing job. That was a great pick. Whoop. I don't want it to slide completely off. Let me see if it's still pretty hot. So I'll try and pick it up on the paper. Here we go. Just look at that amazing loaf of sourdough bread. Amazing. It's beautiful. I can't wait to try a slice here in just a little bit. And I had just made the homemade butter the other day. So I've got my homemade butter here ready. And as soon as this cools off enough, I'm going to slice into it. And I did do the internal temperature, and it was 109. So we're good on the internal temperature. So I'm very happy. I think hubby's going to be very happy too when he comes home and sees that beautiful loaf of bread. And I absolutely love the rise that I got out of it. It had a really nice rise. It's huge. So there you go. So this is a quick live. And again, unplanned hair everywhere. But I thought I would come on and show you what a beautiful loaf of bread. And that was the gift that my hubby got me. So there I'm showing you as best as I can the beautiful loaf of bread. And I'm just using a short little tripod to try and hold the camera still because my timer was getting ready to go off, and I thought, well, I'm going to come on and show you how nice this loaf of bread turned out. And this is the first loaf of sourdough bread that I baked in the new wonderful Dutch oven that my hubby got me as a gift and surprised me with the other day. So I thought I'd just bring you along and let you see. So that is all I have today. Oops, I'm all over the place. That's all I got today. Am I liking the Dutch oven? I absolutely am. I think hubby's going to absolutely love this fresh homemade sourdough when he comes in. And that's all I got, guys. So I'm going to hop off of here and, yeah, again, forgive the hair. It's everywhere. I hadn't planned on doing a live, but I was trying out the new Dutch oven, and it is a long process to try and make sourdough. So if I try to do it live, I mixed up my dough yesterday, did my 3 sets of, that looks great, thank you. Stay safe and enjoy all with thank you, Cash. Yeah, it turned out beautiful, didn't it? Turned out absolutely beautiful. It's amazing. That was the new, made in the new Dutch oven hubby surprised me with. So yesterday in the afternoon, I had fed my starter in the morning, and then I had to let it rise and double in size. And then I mixed up my dough, and then of course I did my 3 sets of stretch and folds, 30 minutes apart. And then I just left it in a bowl, in a glass bowl that I mixed it up in. I left it overnight on the counter. Or no, sorry, I left it in the bowl for about 3 hours or 2 hours, something like that. Then I moved it over to my Vanderlum basket. And then I covered my Vanderlum, I put my flour in, covered it with a plastic shower cap, and I just left it overnight. No, that's not what I did. I'm tired. Can you tell I'm tired? The puppies woke me up at midnight, and they had a rough night. They're not really puppies. They're a year old and almost 2. But something woke them up, and they were really restless last night, so I didn't have much sleep. So I ended up, after my 3rd stretch and fold, I let it set for about an hour in the glass bowl. And then I covered it for like an hour. Then I moved it just to my counter. I left it covered underneath of a damp cloth all night. And I just used a damp tea towel, and I just left it out on my counter overnight. And then about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock this morning, I went ahead and just turned it out on my counter and shaped it and put it into my floured Vanderlum basket, and then I put the plastic over it. So I waited about, I think it was about 10 o'clock. I went ahead and preheated my oven to 450 degrees. And when it reached 450 degrees, I put my sourdough, or not my sourdough. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. I haven't had hardly any sleep. You can probably see that. I put my new Dutch oven in the hot oven at 450 degrees for 1 hour with the lid on. And then when that timer went off, I turned my sourdough out off of my Vanderlum basket and placed it onto my parchment paper, and I scored it, gave it the 1 single score, and then I placed it into the hot Dutch oven with the lid on in the oven at 450 degrees for 20 minutes. And then I took the lid off and decreased my oven temperature to 425 for 10 minutes. There, now I can pick it up. There we go. And just look at that beautiful loaf of bread. So I thought I would come on and share that with you, since it was the first loaf baked in the new gift that hubby surprised me with. It sounds weird feeding it. Yes, you have to feed your starter because it is a natural yeast. Fresh bread is the best. Yes, it is. And this is my starter, and I started this online, and I took from scratch and started a new starter. As you can see, all those bubbles, and you can see where it can clear up. Yesterday when I fed it, it was only to here, and it can clear up and was ready to come clear out of the the jar yesterday, and at that point I went ahead and started making my bread. So it's a very long process. I can't just come on and do a live stream, because I would be on a live stream for hours and hours. So, but this is the starter. If you go back a few lives, I did my starter from scratch, and this is the starter, and you can see all of those bubbles in there. It's a very active, very healthy starter. And my starter probably looks a little dark because I do have the hard white wheat berries, and I did mill my own flour, and that is the flour that is I put in my starter. I feed my starter with. So here is what the milled flour looks like. So my starter may be a little darker. You can start your starter with all-purpose flour if you don't have access to wheat berries or to a mill to mill your own flour. You can start your own starter just using unbleached, no bleach, unbleached all-purpose flour, and make sure when you go to use your water, it's bottled water or filtered water. Baking is both an art and a science. Yes, yeah, my husband walked in the kitchen and he said, I feel like we have science projects going on in the kitchen, because I do ferment. And basically that's what this is. It's a fermenting. And so he said, sometimes I walk in the kitchen and I feel like you're the mad scientist and you have all these experiments going on in the kitchen, but they turn out amazing. So, yeah, if you don't have access to mill your own flour or have your own meal, I have a stone mill. It's the Nutri-Mill stone grinder. I have access to the wheat berries, so I do grind my own flour. But by all means, you don't need any of this. You can just start your own starter with, when I started this one, I started it with 1/4 cup of my flour. So you could start yours with 1/4 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour, and then 1/4 cup of unchlorinated water. You either want bottled water or filtered water. So I started this starter with 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of water, and mine was bottled water, and I stirred it. And I have the lives where it was like starting my sourdough starter from scratch, and then that was day 1, and then I went each day telling you how to feed it and what to do up through day 5, when it was nice and bubbly and it was ready to go in the refrigerator. Now, if I'm not baking, I'll just leave this in the refrigerator and it'll go dormant. But like yesterday, I wanted to make the dough and make a loaf of sourdough bread, so I brought it out in the refrigerator and let it warm up. I just set it out that night before, and then the next morning I fed it yesterday. And when I fed it, it was up to this line, and you can see where it went clear up and doubled in size. And it was full of bubbles, and it was happy and ready to go. So I knew it was time then to go ahead and start my dough. You have a mad scientist here today. Cash, I had not planned on doing a live stream. Yes, I've got mad scientist here, and I've got another project fermenting in the kitchen, so I do feel like the mad scientist today. And the 2 Maltese had me up all night. I don't know what woke them up, but they were scared. I mean, it was really, really scared. This is my next project that I'm working on now. And this is a honey and garlic, and it's fermenting. So yeah, this is another mad scientist project. And your honey and garlic fermented is supposed to have a natural immune building ability. So I love garlic and I love honey. And it's also supposed to help with inflammation. Or if you have a cold, it's supposed to help you get less colds by building your immune system up. And if you do have a cold, it's supposed to help them not last as long. And then also, if you have inflammation, it's supposed to help with inflammation. And I have a lot of problems with my hands and arms. And if you've been watching me, you've probably seen that. But I had major surgery so when I was younger. And that surgery affected the use of my arms and my hands. So, of course, I do get, you know, a little bit of inflammation and stuff. So I'm hoping that that'll help with that as well. And it also is supposed to help with sinuses. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. It takes 60 days for it to ferment. And all you need is at least 8 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic peeled. And you slightly crush it so that will release the nutrients in the garlic. And then you have to have all natural, 100% unfiltered honey. And then the first day you put your garlic in, and then you put your honey in, and this is left upright. And then in 24 hours, you would raise the lid and burp it, let the air out because you're fermenting. Then the second day, you would turn it upside down. So yesterday was and again on day 3, I turn it back up and burp it, and then I leave it upright. So this is day 4. I'm in day 4, so now I'm upside down. Sounds like a nice gamey meat sauce. You know, I think it would be delicious over anything that you're eating. You just take out the garlic and just, you know, dice it up over whatever you're eating. And then they say if you take like a teaspoon of the honey daily, that helps to build your natural immune system, helps to naturally build it up. So I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. So, evening from UK, well, hi. Need to try that. I'm prone to a lot of colds, weak immune system. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice, even though I look like the mad scientist in here with hair everywhere. I could let it down and then you'd probably all run because it's clear down to here and I've just got it twisted up and had a rough night. And so, yeah, we have the mad scientist here. So I had 2 projects going yesterday. I had this in the kitchen, and it was fermenting. And then my hubby came in and he said, I don't know what's in your jar in there, but I think it's going to go clear out and all over. So I had this going on in the kitchen. And then I had started making the dough, and I had dough rising. So he says, I never know what's going to happen, but sometimes I feel like I've walked into the mad scientist's creation. So, but he goes along with it. He's such a good sport. He's an amazing, amazing husband. So, yeah, but that is the starter that I started from scratch, and you can see all those beautiful active bubbles. And this I have in the refrigerator right now because I'm letting it go dormant. I don't need it right now. It's going to take myself and my husband a few days to eat this beautiful big loaf of sourdough bread. And I had just tried this new recipe the other day, and I had baked this loaf. And I was looking for a soft loaf. And you can just see how you can squeeze that. So I had made this loaf the other day. And I was showing that on my live stream. So that's what I was looking for, was something, because I like the hard crust. I like the crunch. But I also wanted to have something that was more like a sandwich bread that had a softer crust. And I was watching Jamarelle Stewart, and she did like 150 different things that day that she was doing with sourdough and sourdough discard. And she was doing a recipe with a soft crust sourdough bread. So I did give her the credit for that. Slice open ham and cheese. Yes, yes, it is a delicious now as a sandwich bread. I'll go ahead and take that out and show you. Just look at that loaf of bread. And it's just so soft. I don't have a hard crunch at all. There's no crunch. And this is more like a sandwich bread. And then I also have the loaves that are more crunchy if we want that, with the harder crust and the crunch. But I was looking for a nice soft sandwich bread, and just look at that grain. Beautiful grain, beautiful bubbles. It's not doughy at all. It's beautiful. Well, whatever fillings. Yes, it is. I love this one, Cash. This turned out amazing, and I absolutely love it. My husband had it. Actually, had some last night, and I had just made homemade butter on my last live stream, or the one before. I'm so tired now, I don't remember. And he had used some of the freshly made butter and had a slice of the bread. And he said, oh my gosh, he said that bread turned out amazing. And I think he was on one of the live streams in the background saying how amazing this was and how much he liked it. And then he tried the homemade butter on it yesterday, and he said, oh, Tammy, that is so, so good. He said, I like both. He said, I like the hard crust, but I also like that you can also make the soft crust. So that's what I was looking for. And then this I made in my round Banneton basket. And then this is today's loaf. So you can see the difference in the rise. How much different that rose. And I used, this was a round Banneton basket. And then this one I did in the oblong Banneton basket. And I got more rise using the Banneton basket. It was the same exact recipe. And it turned out amazing. And if it wasn't so hot, I would cut into it. But you want it, with sourdough, you want that to completely cool off. Because if you cut into it, it's going to leave your center gummy. And I don't want my center gummy. So that is the beautiful loaf that I made today. And I come on looking like, yes, the mad scientist. And the mad scientist has created this beautiful creation. This is my creation. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you and have a little laugh. Is that he's just your hubby's lunch sandwich. No, we actually used it last night. I had dinner and I just sliced it and sliced him off a piece, and I just cut it in half, and he added butter. Yesterday we had hot ham and cheese sandwiches, and we had that on there, and I actually toasted that for him a little bit. And then last night he just had it as just a regular like rolls on the side, but he did it as just the soft sourdough bread on the side, and had me to put some homemade butter on his sandwiches, or on his bread on the side. So I absolutely love this recipe. But you can go back on my one live, and you'll see me making the soft crust sourdough bread. And that's what we have here. And like I said, it is so soft. And then the same thing with me making the homemade bread. This is an example of some of my homemade sandwich bread. Now, this is not sourdough. This is just my butter and cheese. Yes. The soft one with cheese, like a grilled cheese. Oh, yeah. Or even just, a cold sandwich. Now here's an example of some of now this is my homemade sandwich bread that I bake. And I sliced this on the live that I did when I made the butter and added some butter on one of the slices and tried out the butter on my live. And my husband said that is almost like going to the store and buying sandwich bread. It is so soft and it is just absolutely delicious. So I think he's going to be happy. He was wondering how my creation was going to turn out. Oh, sorry. I live here in the trailer park still. We're not moved yet. But that's, I was looking for a sandwich bread recipe that was soft and that I like. And I did find that. Here, hey babies. Come here, Lily. Lily. Let me see if I can get them a treat to get them to be quiet. And then I'm going to hop off of here. Lily. Lily. Look what Mommy's got. What does Lily do? No. Here you go, baby. Here, Lily. I had a delivery. Goodness. That's what the puppies were barking at. I love dogs. Well, yeah, they're two Maltese, and they are absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And I got another delivery. That's what the pups were barking at. And as you can hear, I don't have anything set up. This wasn't set up to go live. I didn't take care of my do not disturb. But I want you to see how soft. You can hear that, hear that. It's got the crunch. But I think it's going to be nice and soft. Okay. Thank you, Cash. Gotta go. Stay safe. Okay, well, I'm going to hop off of here. And I'm going to let this cool. And when hubby comes home, he'll get to try out the first slice of homemade sourdough from the new... Oh, it cooled already. And here is the... Awesome. Boy, that cooled really quick. And this was the beautiful gift that my husband got me. And this was the new cast iron Dutch oven. And it is oyster colored. And it's made by VANDERLUME. So he'll get to try his first slice of sourdough made in the new Dutch oven. And that's the VANDERLUME. And it comes in, see, cherry, sea salt, teal, olive, oyster gray, which is the color that my husband picked for me, and navy blue. So that's the Dutch oven that I used to bake this beautiful loaf of sourdough bread today. So there you go. Wanted to share it with you. And I really need to hop off of here. I need to go do something with all of this. Probably take a little nap. And I don't think I have any more creations going on in the kitchen. No more mad experiments. I've got this one in the refrigerator going dormant. And the only thing that I have right now fermenting is the honey garlic. So that's the only mad scientist project right now that I've got going on in the kitchen. So anyway, I'm going to hop off of here, and thanks to you, everyone. And again, thanks for overlooking the hair, and I'll see you the next time. And as always, enjoy your kitchen. Don't be afraid to try new things. It's always fun to go in and try new things and have fun in your kitchen. So, bye-bye, everyone. I'll catch you the next time. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see ya. Bye-bye.